like Matthew said, I'll record it and then we'll upload it later on to the YouTube if I can figure out how to do that. And then maybe that's
my screen is so much clearer now.
It is? Okay, excellent. Hey, welcome, Deb Maar. Well, Deb is here.
Thank you.
Everybody. I think everybody in the Bay Area knows each other. And Deb and Matthew, this is Heather in New York. And we are almost ready to start. I have not met
Deb before. Hi, Deb. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I won't remember anyone's name.
That's all right. This will be recorded and streamed forever in perpetuity. So if you forget who we are, you can always go back and see who it was. And we are almost at 5 o'clock, you guys. So I think we should get started. Just out of curiosity, let's make sure we can see here. I know, Ed, you are probably tracking it in real time, the show, but I wanted to make sure that yes, so here we are. We do have actually people watching live, you guys. We have 8 people watching live.
Yeah.
Hi, live people.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Nicholas Ford's commentary on his alien probing.
Exactly, alien probing, right. All right, well, it is the time to start. We got 10 people now. Whoa, somebody just said something and more people came on. We got 10 people watching live, and I believe it is 5 o'clock, which means it is time for the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. Woo! Give it up for ourselves for being alive still. That's impressive. We're still here. None of us are perished from this pandemic, so that's impressive. And it's the end of the work week, so that's the point of the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour, is to celebrate that. This is a talk show. For you just joining us for the first time ever, this is a talk show, and we interview comedians on this talk show, and we find out a lot about their process, what they're working on, and it's very enlightening about the comedy process, but it's also great to meet some of these people from all over the country. I will introduce each comedian as I bring them up one by one throughout the show. We typically start off with some news and some news of the week, and after that we're going to interview our guests, and we do other segments. And so there's a lot of surprises in the show, so stick around to the very end, especially if you like quizzes, because we do have a quiz show at the end where all of us try to guess some quiz stuff related to Japan. That's all I'll say at this point. Stay to the end of the show and you will find out. All right, and with that, it is time to start the news. Let me spotlight myself. And Ed, am I in focus?
Yes, you are, Tommy.
I'm in focus. All right, well, it's time for me to focus on the news. I do have some interesting stories this week. Our top story, you guys, I alluded to this in the comments, is aliens. That's right. There is a revelation by an Israeli professor and former head of Israel's space security program that aliens are in fact real and that they already live here on Earth. According to the Jewish press, Professor Chaim Eshed went on record saying that not only are aliens real, but they have a peace agreement with the US government. Yeah. And now he was asked about this. They said, hey, why are you revealing this information now? And he said, well, if I told people this 5 years ago, they would call me crazy. But now you have 70 million people in America believing that the US election was rigged. So anything is possible. Do I get a but-pump, Ed?
I was waiting for the point.
I think it's just crickets, Tommy. It's just crickets.
Not that funny. Not that funny. I guess this is great because it doesn't give me any but-pump. Then it wasn't that funny. All right, YouTube is in the news this week because they said that they will be removing any videos alleging that Donald Trump lost the election to Joe Biden because of fraud or errors. Now, the algorithm of YouTube will be specifically programmed to take down any video that says Trump lost election because of fraud. However, it will leave untouched any videos that say Trump lost erection because of fraud. Thank you, Ed.
Nice.
Because, hey, that could be true, right? That could be true. Maybe he did lose his erection because of fraud. We don't know. I know you guys are exhausted about the election, but I do have one more story about the election. Country singer John Rich. You guys remember this guy, John Rich? He bet a music journalist $10,000 that the U.S. Supreme Court would overturn the election results and that President Trump be named the president again. Now, he was responding to a Rolling Stone writer by the name of Adam Gold, who challenged Mr. Rich on his level of confidence in Mr. Trump. Now, Rich was asked about why he bet so much money, and he said, well, I support Donald Trump, especially since he's paying me $1 million to come back for Celebrity Apprentice, All-Star Edition. You got it. But all right.
I feel like since he lost the bet, he should have to shave that mustache.
What, he like his mustache?
No, he should get rid of it.
Oh, he should get rid of it. Yeah.
he lost the bet.
Right. Good news, you guys, about the vaccine. The vaccine, according to the FDA, is both safe and effective. But the FDA did issue a little bit of a warning this week. They said that you have to be aware after you get the vaccine, there's going to be some intense symptoms which can occur right after the second shot. Now, these symptoms include headaches, a fever, and unjustified self-righteousness. Got to watch out, especially around those no-maskers. You know, I don't think they're going to like you if you get the vaccine and brag about it. Don't do that. Keep it to yourself, guys. If you get the vaccine, keep it to yourself. All right, our last story of the night. Here we go. Is according to astronomers, the Christmas star will be visible for the first time in nearly 800 years this month. The Christmas star is what happened when Jupiter and Saturn are so close together that they appear as one bright star. And when this happens, it's usually in December. It also does something else interesting. It blocks out the little Hanukkah star. Because, you know, Hanukkah is always overshadowed by Christmas, right? And on that note, happy Hanukkah, everyone.
Happy Hanukkah.
That was the Tommy Feldman Happer news program. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I worked on that very hard. And now it is time. Can I get a drum roll, Ed?
Certainly.
Can we, before you move on, I don't know, is this rude? I want to jump in for just a moment here.
Go ahead.
It is rude.
Can you extrapolate a little more on the aliens story? Was that 100% joke, or was there a guy who really came forward and said that?
You know,
there was really a guy.
It was real.
And he said peace accord with the United States?
That's what they said.
Oh, man. I got to find that news article.
All right, I'll send it to you. Yeah, I know. When I saw that, I thought, that's crazy. But again, it's still, you know, and then I thought to myself, well, this is the election year. Nothing's crazy anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's get that drum roll again, Ed.
All right, let me get that primer ready. There we go.
All right, guys, give it up for Deb Maar.
Woo! Yeah.
Here we are. Deb Maar. Here she is, live and in person. Now, Deb, first of all, welcome to the show. What I like to do when I
Thank you.
have guests on the show is first I like to do a little introduction to how I know the person, and then I like to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. So Deb Maar is a San Francisco-based comedian, you guys, and she's been very active on Zoom lately. She's been doing a variety of different showcases, and what I thought was very interesting about Deb is that she had the energy and the enthusiasm to go ahead and try to organize a little bit about Zoom. And she's done some work in trying to collate all the Zoom shows out there. And so for that alone, I think she's a sort of a great supporter of the Zoom comedy community. But Deb Maar, tell us about yourself. Welcome and tell us about yourself more.
If this were a date, it would be easier. But with an audience, it's hard to think of the important things to tell you, Tommy. First, I want to thank you for having me on. And I want to say hi to our audience, our streaming audience. I want you to know this Tommy's show is very high end for our Zoom comedy world.
Okay.
These are serious. I'm serious. These are really high production values, and that's why it's an honor to be asked to be on here.
Well,
this is like the NBC or something of our
Well-
Zoom comedy world. I'm super impressed. You do it all, it looks like. You do all the
Well,
writing.
you know what they say, flattery will get you everywhere, Deb. So, you know.
I'm just so, I barely have my life together, and I'm looking at everything you do on your show. It's amazing.
Well,
I
thank
think
you so
Deb is
much.
already one of our best guests.
And by the way, Sam Medina, Funky Sam Medina writes, Deb. So,
Ah,
and so does Jen Perez writes, Deb. Oh, hello, Deb. High five. So, got your fans, you got your likes there. So yeah, so so now are you? One thing I couldn't figure out is how long had you been doing stand up, and then how long have you been doing? And then I assume you've been doing Zoom comedy since the beginning. Or tell me about your comedy hit career, so to speak.
so I am old.
Okay.
I have done stand up over decades, off and on.
Okay.
And so I came back
Mm-hmm.
almost 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's an exciting story. I came off of an SSRI.
Mm-hmm.
People, the right people know what that is.
Okay.
And then I was writing. This thing just clicked. And what that also does is gives you a libido like a teenager. Just be careful when you get off of those things. Anyway, so I came back. I took some classes to get structure and get my writing focused better, and then moved into the open mic scene in San Francisco in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And then COVID hit, and I got to tell you, at the beginning, it was an agoraphobic's dream to just do comedy at home.
Yeah.
But by now, I think my agoraphobia is cured.
Right.
I don't want to be here anymore. I'm on an armrest.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm on an armrest
Yes.
on a recliner
Yeah.
in a rent-controlled apartment.
I'm surprised that we never, like I'd heard your name, so I kind of knew about you. I've been doing, in the Bay Area, I've been doing comedy since 2 years ago, and I feel like I've heard your name a lot, but I don't think we ever ran into each other. So I'm glad that we finally. Now
Well, people were probably shit talking me.
Now but you have transitioned to Zoom comedy, and what's going on with that? So for those of you guys don't know, it's except for Displaced Comedians from Nico Lukov, which does a kind of a spreadsheet of, and we're going to talk about that later, of open mics. Deb was the only one that went ahead and tried to put together all the showcases. What happened with that? I know a calendar was created.
Oh, I'm getting called on the carpet. I had technical difficulties.
Yeah, you had
The calendar wasn't syncing up, and in my high performance style, I had to step away for a little bit.
Yeah.
But now I'm embarrassed, and I'm going to have to get back to it and get it to work.
Well, I think, I don't know, maybe I want you to.
It's called We Need Comedy. Let's
Sure, yeah, I think
get
you
the
should.
name out there.
Yeah, I think it was a great effort, and
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to do something similar to what Nico did, but give the producers access.
Yeah.
That's inside baseball talk, people.
Yeah.
And so that any adjustments so that I didn't have to do all the work. Nico is a much more highly functional person
yeah, he's got the
than I
energy.
am.
Yeah. You have to
And
have a lot of
so-
energy.
He can do it all. Right. I also just want to mention I started a group for women comics called Chicks with Mics, and any women comics are welcome to join. And we do a mic just for members. It's our breakaway safe space every Saturday afternoon,
Excellent.
1 Pacific, 4 Eastern.
Excellent. I was going to ask you what you wanted to promote. So that's one thing that we'll have to, if you send me the link, we'll put it on our website. Now,
Thank
Deb,
you.
I was searching the dark web, and I did find a clip of a sketch you did, and where you pretend to be the wife of Thanos. Is that was you? I wanted to make sure that is you.
Thought
Right?
it was really Mrs. Thanos? I'm so flattered.
All right. So let's see this. You guys, this is quite interesting. Deb takes on the role. I'm going to share my screen here.
I'm versatile.
You're versatile. I'm going to, Ed, I think it's going to ask me to stop your sharing temporarily. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But let's,
It's not the first time it's happened to me.
and let's go to the sharing screen here. And here we go, you guys. So this occurred on a show called, was this Rampantly? Is that what this is?
This was a Rampantly festival, and the show is this is going to be a disaster.
Okay, so how do I get rid of that? Hold on a second. Here we go. Close that.
I
All
want
right.
to close that up real quick.
Yeah,
there.
there we go. Just about,
I was reading your DMs, dog.
I'm in my. You got the whole world is in my DMs now.
we
All right.
all played in.
Here we go. This is Deb Maar as Mrs. Thanos.
I call it the polish shrug, where she just goes, yeah. Like,
Not
use
this
that
part
shit.
of it.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on. Paula, hit him with the shrug real quick.
I can do any character.
Rampantly.
Wait a minute. Okay,
Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
How we bring shit right the fuck back to where it's supposed to be. And shit is seamless in its nature, but it's also
That's
fucking
Devontae
disaster. And
Easy
speaking of
in
disaster,
Phoenix.
guys, we have one of the motherfucking
awesome.
queens of disaster in the building. Give it up for none other than Mrs. Thanos.
Thank you, Devontae and Chris. Neva is a witch. I'm just waiting for my man to get home. Ready for dinner 18 months ago. But I don't pressure him. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. Part of what he does is gallivanting around the universe collecting stones. It's a little hard being married to a man who has better jewelry than you do. But I put up with it because he's a good provider. That's all that matters. And that's what my mother told me when I was a little girl. She said, little one, don't go for looks. You want a provider. And clearly, I took her advice. Look at him. He's actually kind of cute if you look close. He looks like that Barbara Streisand's stepson. Named Roland. If the family is good enough for Barbara, right? He's very big. It doesn't apply to all of the anatomy.
Excellent, Deb. I feel like give it up for Deb, you guys. That was outstanding. You really channeled your inner Long Island.
No, my grandmother from Brooklyn.
I was gonna say that reminded me of my grandmother.
Yeah, right. Lower East
Perfect.
Side when she was a kid, and then Brooklyn, right?
Now, now tell me just quickly. I mean, so do you do a lot of sketches, or is that show just particularly characters, or how did you come up with that?
That show had the option to do a character.
Mm-hmm.
Do I do a lot of sketches? No, but I'm looking at writing some more material in that vein, especially more about the political situation.
Yeah.
Like I do a Mitch McConnell impersonation. Few people.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Yeah, definitely. Let's hear that.
Yes.
Mr. President. Hold on, I got my grandmother in my head for a second. Hold on. I say, Mr. President, would you please lower your trousers so I can blow you?
Excellent, you guys. That was excellent, Deb.
Thank you.
No, you're good at that. No, that's perfect. You're very well rounded. You've got the joke writing, the imitations. It's very good.
Thank you.
I wanted to tell you though, you do have a supporter, Sharita, wrote right. Sharita.
Yeah. Woo.
Deb's CWM Hart. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's Chicks with Mics.
Oh, Chicks with Mics. Okay, this is a disaster. Chris. Okay, excellent. So you got them all. You got the fans. Deb, before we conclude, is there any other things that you want to promote besides Chicks with Mics, or any other shows, or any other things that we should know about?
Hey, Zane, you want to say anything? Okay. I thought he had a plug. Yeah, my food, Mom. Sorry. I'm just plugging the fact that somebody asked me to be on his show.
All right.
Well, no, I'm around, and I'll have it on my Facebook when I'm appearing in showcases, and my friends who run showcases, I'm available. You can stop just notifying me to come watch them.
All right, guys, if you're a producer out there, book Deb Maar for your show. She brings the funny. Guys, give it up again for Deb Maar for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Stick around to the end, of course, because we're going to have you on our quiz. All right, so let's see if we could do this in the right order now. I'm going to spotlight Matthew McCarron here.
Ooh.
I'm going to spotlight and give it up, you guys. Drum roll, Ed.
Drum roll. Let me see.
Or
Where is that?
I see your drum roll, and I raise you a.
Okay, so Matt, so
battling soundboards.
So now I have to concede that Matthew has superior sound, but nonetheless, guys, give it up for Matthew McCarron coming up on the show. How do you do that with your own soundboard, man? Do you just have it's plugged into your mic? It's plugged into
you stumped me. You know what? I mess around with so much electronics and music gear that I sometimes forget what I think. So this thing behind me is what my soundboard, that's my soundboard. So that hooks into my computer.
Oh,
and then I guess some magic happens on the computer, and this microphone goes into the soundboard. We got wires. They're coming out of the back of my soundboard. They're coming out of my butt. They're coming out of my ears. I don't know, Tommy. It just all somehow works.
Well,
here we are.
You've somehow figured out how to bypass the whole Zoom, need to share your sound thing. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
By the way. So let me give you a proper introduction as well, as I always like to do. So Matthew, now I feel like your reputation kind of is already out there, so I don't have to go into too much detail, but Matthew is a fellow Bay Area based comedian. He's based out of Campbell. He is a fellow dad comedian. I don't know how to describe it any better than that. Did
he say sad? Did Tommy just say a sad comedian?
He's a dad and he's sad, and he's a sad dad comedian. But he's become my friend, and he's also good friends with Ed, and so we're forming our own, I guess, gray hair posse or something. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah. So I've done Matthew's podcast, and then I've had him on the show from time to time to talk about what he's working on. So I thought it would be great to have Matthew come on and maybe tell us a little bit about his podcast, Am I Making Sense, and the latest developments with Mandalorian. So tell me what's going on with that.
Wow. Yeah, let's cut to the chase. But first, before we get to all of that, let's just talk about the holy trinity that is Tommy Feldman, Edward Rubin, and Matthew McCarron.
Holy Trinity.
I'll have you guys know, you might think one of these guys doesn't fit, but it is true. I am 1/16 Jewish. And what that means is that for Hanukkah, I only have to burn half a candle. So these guys get 8 nights of candles. McCarron only gets half a night of candles. But here we are. We are a team. Yeah. So I love stand-up comedy. I'm around the same lifespan, the same birth as Tommy Feldman. So this is what I say. I have 2 eras, right? I have when I started doing stand-up comedy at bars and whatever.
Mhm.
I had been doing that about a year and a half, and then a little something called COVID rained on the parade. And since then, I've just been doing the Zoom stuff, and I've been enjoying the Zoom stuff. And I've been getting around. I'm a little bit of a Zoom floozy, a Zoom whore, if you will. I don't know if this is supposed to be family friendly here. I apologize if it is. But I'm hitting these Zoom mics all over the place. Ed, me and him, we hit the Woodhams. We used to be Woodhams regulars here in the South Bay, but now there's 2 nights of Woodhams open mics. I go to open mics on the East Coast with Heather Lehrman's folks over there in New York. Good one open mic, which they do mics twice a day. Mics all over the place. Ed, me and him, we hit the Woodhams. We used to be Woodhams. Oops, is there an echo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that me? Oh no, my soundboard short circuited.
It's the delay from the actual YouTube feed.
Oh, was that going the whole time and I was talking over myself?
No, you're okay. You're fine.
Just Ed.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
And I'm also going to, there's another mic over there on the East Coast called Prime Time. I hit that up a couple times a week. There's another one called Football Bat. So anyway, I'm hitting all these Zoom mics. But to circle back to your original question,
please,
Mr. Feldman, is podcasting. I love me a good podcast. I'm a big time podcast consumer. And then I also podcast with anyone who ever accepts the invitation to my podcast. And there's a lot of you on the show tonight that you can expect a Facebook. What are the kids calling it these days? I'm going to slide.
You're going to slide.
Is it just me or do millennials make everything sound naughty? Slide into my DM.
Yeah, they do.
I'm contacting you. I'm just sending you a message.
Yeah.
Like a message in a bottle. There's nothing filthy about it, guys. I'm not sliding. I'm not slipping. Nothing's happening.
Because
I just like talking with people because I guess on a serious note, I fancy myself a bit of an archivist.
And wait, I will stop you right there because that's exactly one of the points I wanted to make. I'm going to bring up your podcast, the YouTube version, because I wanted to show everybody, I wanted to brag a little bit on your behalf.
Okay.
Oops, here we go. Sorry.
Yes, that was me at Halloween.
So this is the YouTube page of Am I Making Sense? Which can obviously you could listen to it as a Apple iTunes podcast.
We're everywhere, baby.
Or what have you. But what I find interesting about this is it shows the whole history of your podcast all the way back to the beginning, and you've had some pretty amazing guests. You had Mark Norman at one point. If I could, I don't know where that is.
You know what? He didn't come over to my studio, so all I had was audio. So it's just the audio. I just went with a little Zoom recorder and we just chatted it up. And we were, if anyone's a Mark Norman fan, he calls Two's Gays. That's his podcast. So we were just gaying it up, being 2 guys in a hotel room, whatever. But yeah, no, I've been very fortunate. Comics. Comics, I think stand-up comics, a lot of people look at us as, that's right. Me and Dave was another fantastic podcast. I've actually been thinking of reaching out to him to get him on again because that was a year ago. But here's what I'm going to say. I think we are the land of the misfit toys when it comes to comics, the way we're wired. We see the world different, we behave different. But man, what a group of just giving people. And this is me being sincere. And I know comics hate sincerity, but I want to be sincere for just a moment.
Sure.
I've tried running at least 3 or 4 other podcasts in my life, and it's hard to get people to say yes to a podcast. But when you ask comics, unless it's big time where you have to go through their publicist, comics generally say yes.
Well,
and you can end up having really good, profound, interesting conversations with stand-up comics.
Well, what I wanted to point out on a couple of other things I wanted to mention here is, I mean, you've got, so like you called it the archive, you're an archivist of comedy. And if you look all the way back to the beginning and how this thing is developed, I mean, you've got a lot of Bay Area comedians that are not only active on Zoom, but you could tell that some of these guys eventually, you know, are going to break. And even, for example, Joe Begley, for those of you guys don't know, he's recently become a viral sensation, right, on TikTok.
Correct.
And so interestingly, like I was just watching the view count here, you know, and then all of a sudden his interview goes to 107 views. So like clearly that piqued people's interest. You got Mean Dave on here. You have, I mean, and so a lot of these people are really well known in the Bay Area. Tyler Stannard, he's also very well known, right? The Improv. And then you keep doing it. Obviously, during the pandemic, you know, you kind of pick up speed, which I understand. And then you get into this Mandalorian stuff around a month ago, and all of a sudden your views started going up.
Oh, Tommy
sure
likes the math.
So
Tommy's the smart one amongst us all here. He's paying attention. You know, I think. Okay, so I feel like I kind of have to qualify something. Like, I am not a social media guy. So all of this audio is almost slapped. I mean, all this video I slap up almost like as an afterthought, because I'm really working on, I care more about the audio.
Right.
And I think that's where the connection comes, is when people are just walking around with you in their earbud. But I know nothing about YouTube search engine optimization. And my co-host of the MandoCast, Ezra, he's really into social media. And so he was he was telling me about things I should be doing in search terms, and I was doing a lot of stuff wrong. So what I'm trying to get at is, if I were to go back and figure out what we were talking about on all of these and put in the right keywords, I'm fairly confident we could probably bump all of this up. And Tommy, I think I did some good keywords with us, and I'm up to 109 views.
Well, I was going to say, like, I've got 2 more views than Joe Begley.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
right.
Like,
so I think that's 100% on me, in the sense that I literally just slapped the video up and gave, and even these titles, people have given me some feedback now, and they said that my titles aren't going to garner any attention from the engine.
Yeah.
So for 2021, I'm going to put a little bit of effort into trying to figure out how YouTube works. And then hopefully when I get a comic on, it can help elevate both of us a little bit on the YouTube scene. Yeah. Right. Because YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine on the internet.
Sure.
And so if you're searchable from YouTube, it trumps things like Instagram. Oh, I just said a dirty word. I apologize. We're in California here. People do not like that word. It's better than, Instagram or TikTok, because if you're searchable here, you're literally, I mean, everyone's finding you, not just a certain age group. But anyway, I think I went off on a tangent there.
No. But I think the point you're making, and I agree with you, is that you have to, getting on YouTube is a pretty smart move. And like, even if, like, for example, today's show, we get that uploaded and we tag it right, it can develop its own thing. So lesson to all you comedians is, if you got stuff, put it on YouTube, put in the hashtags, and who knows, it might get viral, because YouTube is still a great engine to be on. Matthew, before I wrap up our interview, which of course I would love to just continue talking, but of course that's what the Am I Making Sense podcast is. We can come back and do that at another time. What else do you want to promote coming up on your Zoom calendar, or anything else?
Okay, well, I think nothing for stand-up, because I'm doing all open mics, and that's what I'm kind of we talked about this on our podcast, but I kind of pride myself on being an open mic comic for now. That's all I care about, really. If you want to help me out and you want to know what I'm all about, please do two things. On your phone, if you listen to podcasts, subscribe to Am I Making Sense? You can subscribe to it from Google Play, from Apple, from Spotify. I'm everywhere. Am I Making Sense is everywhere. Or subscribe to my YouTube channel. That never hurts. And then, you know what? Another thing, if anyone's listening, just reach out to me if you feel like you want to be on the podcast and talk about anything, because actually, mostly I talk to stand-ups, but I like talking to musicians and I like talking to producers and any kind of creator. I love chatting with everyone about the creative process.
Excellent. So for the comedians that are listening, we still have quite a few people on watching with us right now. If you have not yet been interviewed by Matthew McCarron on his podcast, Am I Making Sense? Give him a call, contact him, and see if you can get on his show. And then you can tell your story, as I've done and other people have done. And guys, give it up for Matthew McCarron for
Thank you for
show.
having me, Tommy.
Appreciate that. And let us go to our next segment. So I know you guys are thinking, okay, well, this is an awesome show, high production value, as Deb alluded to. And yes, it is. And yes, it is high production value because we're paid. We're paid to do this. We have sponsors that sponsor our show, and they give us millions of dollars to promote them. And so we have to do that. We do have a gentleman, and he's here. And I'm going to spotlight him. Let's see if I could do this right. Eric Newton, you guys, is here with our new sponsors of the week. Welcome, Eric, to the show, and tell us who are our sponsors this week.
Thank you. Oh yeah, man, I can't wait. I'm excited to do this segment today. I'm Eric Newton. I made it through another week in the safety of East Oakland, and so I'm going to tell you guys, who sponsors the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. But real quick, last week I have an update to one of our sponsors from last week. So some people will remember last week we added BART as a sponsor to the show. That's the Bay Area Rapid Transit System. And last week, I basically insinuated that, during this pandemic, during these stay-at-home orders, BART is a lot safer because no one's on BART, so less people are getting stabbed on BART. So, yeah, I mean, that's a direct correlation. There's no riders, no one's getting stabbed. So I figured BART's a lot more safer now. However, I come to find out about this other thing that's happening on BART called aggressive panhandling, right? Okay, I need to see how this played into the safety factor. So I went to BART, I said, what is aggressive panhandling? I know what a stabbing is. What is aggressive panhandling? So they tell me aggressive panhandling is specifically the situation where a BART rider is solicited by a panhandler, and that interaction results in that passenger getting stabbed. So, so I mean, it's like a 6.5 type of thing. You're not going to get stabbed for no reason on BART, but you're going to get stabbed for loose change nowadays. So I guess all you can really say is BART is as safe as it's ever been or will be. So good look out there, people. Good look out there. And okay, this is what I'm really excited about. This is our new sponsor for this week. Oh man, you know what? I was so excited I didn't go through all my cool graphics. Look at that, no panhandling graphic. It's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna be professional now. Our newest, our greatest, our latest sponsor this week is Ross Dress for Less. Dude, I'm so excited. I love Ross Dress for Less, right? Not only did they sponsor our show, they sent me some free items. They sent me some stuff from the Ross Dress for Less discounted dashiki catalog, right? Dude, as soon as the package got here, I couldn't wait to try it on. All right, look at that. Look how comfortable and real I look. All right, dude, my confidence was booming. So I did what anybody does when you're feeling yourself. I posted this picture on my Match.com profile. All right. Not 1 hour later, I matched with this beautiful, exotic Nigerian princess, supposedly. But anyway, I mean, it was great. So we set up a date for the next day. She's like, "Hey, meet me at this Cash Chicken Center right around the corner." So I'm getting ready. I'm getting dressed. I'm like, you know what? I want to stunt. I want to put on another dashiki from Ross, right? So let me tell you what happens. I'm about to leave my house. I'm like, do I have my wallet? Do I have my keys? I'm like, something feels off. Here, let me show you what happened. So something felt kind of off, right? And basically what I realized is like, do these socks go with this dashiki? You know what I mean? So basically I did what any smart person would do. I took the socks off. I went outside barefoot. I've never met royalty. I didn't want to look like a fool, you know. But I'm going over my time. I'm just gonna say these dashikis have changed my life. I wear them all the time, everywhere now. Like here's me at work in a Zoom meeting. You know, like I mean, you can wear them anywhere you want. And basically, what I've done now, my new thing is for my favorite nocturnal activities. I put on a dashiki, and you know, I watch the evening news before I go to bed. So I can't thank you enough, Ross. Ross, I love you so much. I will never shop at DD's Discounts ever again. And that's our sponsors for the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour, everybody.
Give it up for Eric for lining up these fabulous sponsors. That is excellent. We appreciate that. And they've given a lot of money, Bard and Ross, they've given us a lot of money to promote them. And so guys, go out and patronize these fine sponsors. And we are ready for our next comedian. Let us put a spotlight on her. Can I get a sound effect, Ed?
What do you want?
A drum
That was
roll?
fantastic.
Oh, that sounded like half a drum roll. Guys, give it up for Heather Lehrman, you guys. Give it up. For Heather.
Hey.
Joining us from the East Coast. Let me introduce Heather properly, as I always like to do for all our comedians, and then give her a chance to tell us about herself. So Heather is from Long Island, which for those of you who don't know New York geography, although I guess we all know at this point, that's New York. That's Nassau, Suffolk County in New York City, where I used to live, where I grew up. I caught Heather first, I think, at a workshop. Probably was one of these workshops where we get a topic and we try to put together jokes. And I liked Heather's style. She reminded me a lot of everybody I grew up with. So I thought, hey, here's someone I should probably try to be friends with. And then I've seen Heather here and there on mics and shows. And the more I learn about her, I realize that she's not just a comedian. She is an actress. She is an author. She is a real estate agent. She's everything, you guys. So here's Heather. Heather, welcome to the show and tell us about yourself. I haven't gotten everything.
Thank you, Tommy. And I did. I felt an instant connection with you. And I think this is back in March already that we met on that workshop. A long time ago. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of stuff, but I'm not getting paid for any of it, so that's the downfall. But yeah, I started out, here's my dog's in the corner. You might hear him snoring, but this is him. I have a children's book, Bullied at the Dog Park.
Oh.
And that's my real Boston Terrier, Herbie. He's my love bug. So I teach kids about bullying. Huh. But I think now I should change it because you scared me over there, Matthew, because I'm like, that is a little sick kid thing I'm sliding into your DM. You have me thinking that is disgusting. So I think I need a new book on how children need to talk.
So
Herbie.
Yep, go ahead. Talk about Herbie.
Herbie is the famous one. Not me, my Boston Terrier. So I made a short film, an animated short that won Best Animated Short at a film festival last year. Wow. I was very proud to see it on the big screen.
Let me I can pull up your website as well, so we can show everybody your. This is the website for the book.
Oh, yeah. Wow. And there's a little clip of the video of the short film, just to see the little animation.
Where do I see? Here we go. Where is that? Where's the clip? Is that
the clip?
Media?
maybe? Yeah, probably in
Oh, there it is. So so let me make sure I understand this. You wrote the book first. Yeah. And published it, and then you decided to take the book and make it into a short film?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I really wanted, my dream was for it to get picked up as an animated cartoon series for kids.
Okay.
So I grew up watching like 2D cartoons like the Smurfs, and I wanted it to be 2D, and I wanted it to be where they learn a lesson every week. So I'm still working on that.
Well, let's play a minute from the clip, and so you guys can get a sense of what she's been working on. So if I can.
He has his own theme song.
Bullied at the Dog Park is a story about a lovable Boston Terrier with a smushy face and the new friends he makes on his journey to find out why they have all been bullied. The group quickly becomes friends while learning valuable lessons about simple kindness. Coming soon in 2019.
Nice.
So I just want to let you know that Sabrina the cat is really a bitch. It just makes it look like she's happy and nice to them, but she's a villain in this.
Okay, well, this is great.
I have a dog villain too, the bully dog, but Sabrina's the little bitch that thinks she's a celebrity.
Wow. So you've gotten some good publicity for this, and I'm assuming that this would be a great item for Christmas for people to buy for their kids, right? If they to teach them
it's great for kids like 3 to 7.
Okay.
And people they love it for the illustrations. I didn't do the illustrations. I had an illustrator, and he literally did them from photos I sent them. I sent him. He's here in Long Island, but he doesn't do it anymore. So he hates when I promote him because he doesn't want the work. He's retired.
Yeah.
But I would do these at elementary schools, and I would put it up on the big screen, and people literally, because it's a nice hardcover, glossy, traditional children's book, so people would just buy it if they even just had one of these breeds. Actually, I gave this book to Adam Sandler. I worked on his movie when he filmed here a couple of years ago. His Netflix movie called The Week Of. With, I don't know if anyone's heard of it, but it was with Chris Rock on Netflix a few years ago. So he had 2 bulldogs. So it was just anyone who has that type of breed.
Yeah.
The family, the cousins of all the bulldogs, Frenchies, pugs, Bostons, we all love each other no matter what. You just have a connection. So.
Well, that's excellent. No, I mean and it's the perfect time of year to promote it. And so what we'll do is we'll put that on the website. Do you want to talk also a little bit about your comedy or any of the? I know you're really active in the Zoom comedy, and I know you do real live shows as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to mention that.
I did a couple of speakeasy under the ground live shows.
Okay.
I did one. Thank goodness it was Halloween. So if the cops came, I was Sandy from Grease with a big blonde afro.
Right.
I didn't look that different, but I did a backyard speakeasy on Halloween, and I did one other live that was an indoor, spaced out above a restaurant. But that's what people are doing. Not really right. There probably are a bunch going on, but I don't want to know about them because I'm not going to go at this point. I feel like it's just getting too bad. But it was nice to do a couple of lives because I've been doing Zoom since March. Sure. And I've been in a writing group for the whole time. And we used to meet 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. So that was amazing. I wrote so many, more jokes than I'll ever write in a lifetime just during COVID.
Do you, so one of the questions I always like to ask comedians from New York, I mean, I haven't lived in New York for a long time, but like, do you find that there's enough venues in Long Island that you don't necessarily have to go into the city that often, or?
Because I actually just started comedy 2.5 years ago, and I didn't even go into New York City once. So I did it all here.
Plenty of
We have
local.
big comedy clubs here.
Yeah.
Governors is a big one out here. Everyone, all the big names have been there. You know, Andrew Dice Clay was there this summer, but they did have an outside going for a while.
Yeah.
So he was there. You know, a lot of Seinfeld. Everyone goes through Governors.
Sure.
That's like the Long Island big famous one.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of newbies that take this. A lot Governors. I took a course there, and that a lot of these places just have courses that you could go learn how to be a stand-up comedian.
Right.
And then people just are producing shows left and right at restaurants, anywhere they can. So there's tons of venues because people will just produce shows and tell everyone, get your bringers, you know, and it's just get the new people as soon as they come out of class.
Well, what we're gonna do, Heather, for you is we will post a link to your book on our website, on our group page, and what we can also do is when you do have shows in the future, you know, that you want to promote, we'll you know put it on our page as well, and I'm glad that we're connected because I always feel like I for some reason I have this. I still, even though I haven't lived in New York since I was a kid, I still feel connected to all New York comedians just because of, you know, that having grown up there. And so I'm glad that you're part of our network now, and please keep in touch with us, guys. Give it up for Heather Lehrman.
One second, Tommy.
Yes.
I just want to tell everybody that I run my own Zoom open mic every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
And I did hear about yours, Deb. I heard about yours, which I want to do.
Great.
Mine's called SOS Virtual Comedy. It's on the spreadsheet.
It's on Nico's spreadsheet. Okay, great.
I just checked because I was like, wait, I want to make sure that's on there.
Yeah. Hi, Nico. So I run SOS every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Nice.
And you just sign up because I do it through a ticket leap, like a ticket company, but it's free. I just want to know how many people are coming in. And then I send a Zoom link Sundays in the afternoon. So anyone wants to do it, just sign up. It's on Displaced Comedians. I always post it. I just posted it a few hours ago again.
Yep. Excellent. Well, that's perfect, Heather. And yeah, definitely if you have Sunday night, if you're comics, Sunday night, check it out. It's listed on the Displaced Comedians website. And that's actually a perfect segue to bring up Mr. Zoom Comedy. Let's put him, there he is, Mr. Zoom Comedy. I just started calling you that today.
That's what I heard just now.
Just now. So welcome back to the show, Nico. I always like to call you this is Mr. Zoom Comedy as of today because you are the pioneer of Zoom Comedy. I think I've called you that before with the Displaced Comedians. For those of you who don't know, Nico has a lot of energy and he's able to keep up with all the open mics out there, and he knows how to use Google Sheets, which is impressive.
That's pretty much
and it's on his own.
That's pretty much it.
And he keeps this list going, and so he comes on every week on the show and kind of gives us an idea of what new show or what existing shows might be good for a comedian to check out. Well, let me go ahead and bring up your Displaced Comedians page. If I don't think I have it here ready to go.
Yeah, and right now, and as always, just a shout out to all the people that are putting on all these mics. I know it's a lot of work. Heather, thank you so much. Deb, everyone who's doing these. It takes a lot of energy to put these on, actually have the scheduled time to do them, and deal with everybody. So I just really appreciate it. Right now, I've got about 100 and I got a couple more to add, but I think there'll be 150. Oh, you know what? That's screwed up. That shouldn't be at the top. I changed it. I hit it the other day and I pinned it again. Here's a cool thing. How about this? Just put in the address bar, put in displacedcomedians.com. Let's see what happens there.
Okay.
I did this a couple of days ago. I realized it was easier to do that and spend a few bucks buying a domain that just points to the Google Sheet.
Whoa, nice.
Explain to everybody like where it is, and just like right now, I say it's on announcements, but sometimes it looks so weird. So
great.
So my mind is blown here. So not only do you know how to use Google Sheets, but you know how to buy a URL and point it to that sheet.
It's crazy.
I mean, this is mind blowing, but yeah,
it's incredible. I know how to go on Namecheap and spend like $9.72 to do
but that's
this.
Guys, but you're giving back to the community. You know, you're spending money out of your own pocket. And this is excellent. So what's on tap this week for you to highlight?
And I made it on a Zoom show on that. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna. So here's this every day of the week. So this is a mic that I haven't done much, but it's different. So if you do a lot of Zoom mics, you probably haven't seen. That's what I was trying to think of what to do. Literally any tab is gonna have this one down at, let's see, at 8 o'clock Pacific. And folks that aren't familiar with this, we got Thailand Pacific on the left, the name of the mic, if it's multiple days, and I just have more information going to the right, like how the set lengths, if they stream or not, information that I think is kind of important to know when you're plotting out your mics. Always reach out to the host and everyone first too, because this stuff changes quickly, and I want to make sure I'm giving good information. But the Hollywood comedy, that is every day, and that is on Instagram. Okay. So most of these are Zoom. Instagram mics are super weird. Like Zoom's weird. Instagram mics, it's basically like the way this one operates. They do 2-hour segments. The first hour is hosted by Don Barris, long time well-known comedian. Yeah. And then honestly, the one, there's a second one, he goes by Darth 11. I honestly forget his name because I've only seen him on there a couple of times. But here's what they'll do: at the same time every night, they'll you can just go on the Instagram page, and they'll usually like click a button that says like wave to you or whatever. And a lot of times they'll ask you to go up, but you can actually click like a, can't request access or request to join or whatever. I haven't done enough times to remember exactly, but you request to join. And what happens is you just split screen and you've got Don Barris on there talking to you for a second. And usually, like when I did a set, he'll actually put the phone down, do something where the screen's black, which I actually really appreciate, because I did another one where a comedian, I could see their face, and if I'm looking at you and I can see your face and I'm doing a set that I think's funny and you're just like kind of like or like not like, or it's super weird. Like I'd rather just see nothing and then maybe hear a couple of chuckles, which I was fortunate to hear from them through that. And they do 5-minute sets. So if you just want to go up and talk to these guys for 5 minutes and tell some jokes, I know some of these people regularly do it, so they probably like talk about other stuff too. I've watched some of them. But if you just want to just go run a set in a really awkward format and just get some practice and help hone those chops, I think it's a kind of a neat, weird challenge to do.
Well, so let's say, you have 10 comedians that all want to be on with like this. I mean, does he have a system where like, how do you get a slot?
You're basically just in a chat when you just join their, join, like you start watching it. And there's usually, at some point they'll be capped, they'll run out of space, because you can go up to an hour on Instagram. So they'll just say, and if there's no one else there, we'll say, hey, does anyone else want to go up or whatever? And you just hit request. And as long as you get in there early enough, I'm pretty sure most people that try to go on there get on, unless now a bunch go on because they see this. I don't know, maybe. But it was really fun. I was just thinking of what could I mention that if you're doing a bunch of Zoom mics, you might not have thought about or seen before.
Now I recognize this guy. This is the Comedy Store late night guy, right? He goes on like at 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
Yeah, I highly recommend doing that a few times in your life. Go in like 30 minutes before they close. Don Barris will be there, and it'll get weird.
So does this, have you connected with Don? Does this enable you to sort of, get
I've messaged with them, because what I try to do when I put your mic on the list is I want to have a connection with whoever's running it in some fashion. And I put theirs on the list before hosts were coming to me. So I was reaching out to a lot more people than I do now. I still do reach out to a lot of people, but so, I reached out and messaged and said, hey, I saw your mic. Is it okay if I put it on this list I have? That'd be really fun. I think if we get some people on it, and I'd like to, promote that. And he was like, yeah, cool, do it. So like, we haven't like done shows together or anything, but Zoomland has provided some of those opportunities with some like really legit comedians that has been pretty fun.
No, that's excellent. No, that's the first. You've presented a lot of interesting mic suits, but this is the first that I've seen where it's like a fairly experienced comedian and from experience, the Comedy Store. That guy's got, that's the ultimate.
Legit.
Yeah, that's legit. That's the serious. And so is Flappers, by the way. That's another one.
I'm gonna tell me when I gotta stop, but I want to mention that again. So I host Thursday nights. Typically it's me and Alyssa Peltz host the Zoom open mic at Flappers. You sign up just by going on the Flappers website. It's basically like buying a ticket, kind of like how they were saying with hers, where you buy a ticket, but it's free. Well, there's an option to pay $5, but you just click the free one, you get the free one.
Excellent.
And then you get to go up, and it's a real fun time, 3-minute unstreamed sets. So you get to see a lot of people too that you probably haven't seen if you do a lot of Zooms. And there's different hosts every night of the week and different regulars and every night of the week. And they're starting now. They're going to start doing a second one earlier in the evening. So most nights of the week for, focused on East Coast folks.
Excellent.
And do I have like a minute more? Can I say like,
sure, Nico. You're Mr. Zoom.
I wanted to talk about something.
I can't not give you an extra minute.
All right, I'm gonna do it anyway. You can just set me off if you want me to. So a question I get a lot, and I get like message about this a lot, is like Zoom shows, like getting booked on Zoom shows, like what are some good practices and things like that. I made a post on Displaced Comedians the other day about that, breaking it down a little more detail that I'm gonna blabber about right now. But basically, it's, and I mentioned this before, it's really easy to get tape in Zoom. You gotta actually try to do it. So ask a host before you go up. I usually message them and say, hey, can I go ahead? Can I go, can I record my set, and then, record your set. And if it goes well and you got an attentive audience, grab that, throw it up on YouTube, make it an unlisted link. And now you've got that on deck. You see someone post about a show that either somebody's on or someone's running and you're interested about being on that show, message that person directly. It seems pretty obvious, but reach out, send them the it's super easy, follow up. Not that sometimes it's easy to get booked on shows. I'm just saying, like, it's out there. Yeah. And there's a lot of people putting on shows. Most of them are not paid. Some of them are. Just, get your material recorded somewhere and start moving around and talk to people.
Excellent advice from the man himself, Nico Lukoff of Displaced Comedians. Guys, give it up for Nico for, as always, coming on the show. And now is the moment that maybe some people have been waiting for. We have some people still watching online. It's the quiz show, you guys. It's the quiz show. Whoa. Here we go. All right, the quiz show. Let's close that out. Here we go. All right, the quiz show. So let me explain for those of you who are still watching live. You guys can comment and guess at the quiz. What this is about is I used to live in Japan a long time ago, and I still speak the language, but I've always been trying to find a way to bridge my knowledge of Japan with my comedy, and this is my attempt at doing that. What I do is I bring up commercials from Japan that are funny all by themselves, but what I do is halfway through the commercial, I stop them and I try to have our comedian guests try to guess what these commercials are about, and it can get kind of crazy. But we have ringers on the show. Obviously, our regulars, Ed and Eric and Sarish, are pretty good at this already. So we usually start with our guests first. I only ask that you guys wait till I call on you, just like back in school, so we don't have us all talking over each other. Matthew, you look completely disinterested at this point, but that's okay. We're going to bring you back in so that you can enjoy. All right. First commercial of the night. Are you guys ready? Can I get a whoop whoop? Yeah. Okay, I don't know. All right. You ready? Everybody's ready. Okay, here we go. First commercial of the night.
Fanta Lemon Plus C.
歌えないんだね。
00からのカロリー。
Okay. Well, I hope I did give away too much.
Hold on a sec. Oops, sorry.
We have a technical issue, Ed? Nope.
He just wanted you to hold on.
Oh, he just wanted me to hold on. He's talking to somebody offline.
There might be like a wild animal. He's outside.
Maybe he was saying, hold on a second to his son who just like walked into the room, his teenage son. Let's start with our guest. Heather Lehrman, what is this a commercial for? It looks like a beverage of some kind, but...
Yeah. I think it's, they drink those power drinks
It's a power drink.
In those countries, and I think it's showing, like, you're awesome if you drink this, and, like, you're the shit.
You're Beyonce if you drink this, right? Matthew, any thoughts on...
Yeah, I know what this is, Tommy. I know what this is. I'm coming in full confidence. I am going to win this question.
Okay.
What this is a new high-tech karaoke system that is actually disguised as a iced tea. Now, the good thing is you'll note from the dancing that with each purchase of this karaoke system, it does come with a pair of pajama bottoms. Am I right? I think I'm right on that.
Heather was closer. I'll be honest. Heather was closer.
No, because guys, time out. No, because these circles clearly signify a microphone, the foamy thing that goes on top of the mic. This is karaoke. 100%.
Karaoke because of the circles. Got it.
I'll get you my P.O. box to mail the prize to.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Deb Maar, what say you about this crazy commercial and Beyonce?
Okay, so didn't it say in English Fanta?
That was the previous commercial.
That was a separate commercial. Well, when this one start, how am I supposed to know where it begins?
Sorry. All right. Let's for Deb's benefit, let us roll back to the beginning because I like Beyonce and I like hearing.
Now I've alienated all the other panelists.
Not Fanta. And now.
Oh.
Okay, getting ready to sing. There we go. Karaoke.
I got it.
Did you hear her singing the song?
It's for used women's panty and vending machines in the subway stations in Japan.
Used panty machine.
Another great guess.
Because I heard that's there.
Well, first of all, kudos to you for knowing that exists. That shows an extensive amount of Japanese knowledge. Yeah, that is a true thing, but no, that's not what this is a commercial for.
It's international perv knowledge.
It's internet, yeah. So no, that's true. That's why I know what it is. But thank you. But no, it's definitely in the drink category, like Heather mentioned. So let's go to some of our regulars. Surish, what about you? What do you think?
Hey, I think this is a 0-calorie beverage. It's some 0-calorie beverage.
Wow, way to go out on the limb.
Getting very close. I mean, you're right about the 0 calorie. You are right about the 0 calorie. Where did you get the zero from?
I thought I heard her say 0.
Nice.
Or something like that.
Surish, do you speak Japanese now?
Arigato.
You're welcome.
Every
correct.
The show.
She did say 0. You are right about that. Eric, what else did she say? Any idea?
I see the can says all light, and the actual beverage kind of looked like a beer. So I'm guessing it's like a White Claw for Japanese people that makes them dance. I don't know.
Well, you're getting so close. You're getting almost like I want to give it to you, but I still gotta let Ed and Nico chime in. I mean, you're almost there. Nico, what about you?
It is a somehow more shitty tasting version of LaCroix, however the fuck. with alcohol.
So I gather you're not a big fan of White Claw, etc.
Oh, those are fine. The one that I mentioned, the just the fizzy water thing is not my jam.
Not your jam.
These are weird Hebrew characters too. This doesn't look like regular Hebrew. This is weird looking.
Happy Hanukkah, Nico.
Yeah, this is a happy Hanukkah drink. Ed, what do you think? This is a commercial.
I was gonna go for a low calorie, 0 calorie, 0 alcohol, but looking like having some beer taste.
You got it, Ed. It is 0 calorie beer.
I was gonna guess the Hefeweizen.
But let me make a comment about about this. So what's going on here in this commercial? I don't know. See, that's the funny thing. She's supposed to be a really bad singer. She's supposed to be singing the song, but she can't sing it. And he goes, "Oh yeah, another person who can't sing." But all right, I don't know why that. I guess since I can understand it, it's funny to me. But anyway, yeah, this is 0 calories, 0. I'm not sure what this part.
That looked like Hebrew. That's what.
This is all of this 0 carbs.
It's good to get the
calories off.
That says the oil lasted 8 nights.
This says 0. So 0 calories, 0 everything, but with alcohol and beer taste. So that is the commercial. Let us go to our next commercial of the night. Let's see here if I can find it. Okay, talk amongst yourselves for a moment while I find the next one.
Now
No.
this is long. So is this a channel of just commercials? They collate all the. Is it new commercials, old commercials? What?
These are all this. So funny Japanese commercials is a whole thing. It's a whole like category on the internet. And
Okay.
so I just happen to use this channel, but they're out there. I mean, there's plenty.
Okay.
I can send it to you. But there's
Just use your favorite search engine and you'll find it.
yeah. You can type it
I
into
have a
Bing and
question.
you'd find it. All right.
Tom,
You
I
guys
have a
re-
question.
Sure.
So, since I can't get on any commercials here, can you get me on these Japanese commercials? Don't they like blue eyes?
You know, they do. And yes, there are plenty of people that have a career in doing commercials, white people doing careers in commercials in Japan. So yeah, I mean, if you're willing to pack up everything and leave your whole life and go to Japan, yeah, maybe you could get on a commercial there. And you know what, I think I went too far, you guys.
And then we could do this with you in a commercial. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like my acting level, I could be a really good extra in a Godzilla movie. Get top billed extra.
I
in the
do.
background.
Okay. All right, you guys. Let's go to our next commercial of the night. If I could figure out how to. Here we go. All right, and starting now.
香る香りは鈴巻小バラの香りにラベンダー優しい香りが渦巻いて恋に落ちる季節に
You know, I could probably play this whole commercial and you guys still would have trouble guessing it. So I'm going to go ahead and play the whole commercial actually for this one because I don't think you guys would even get
All right.
I like the confidence you have in us, homie.
花の香りでよく聞くの谷は明日渦巻
Got it.
香る香りは明日
That was the whole commercial. I'm that confident you guys aren't going to figure it out.
I got it.
I got it.
Well, unfortunately.
Oh man.
Well, can we give our guests a chance to go first?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, calm down.
You guys are like,
I finally got it. I suck
You
at
guys
this.
are like the kids in the class, right? The teacher's pets.
The first benchers, yeah.
So, all right, Deb, what do you think?
Incense.
How did
Swirly.
you get? I didn't think you were getting. Well, you're close. Okay, but not any
Everything
kind of.
smell good.
You're on there. You got it, but it's not any
Partly.
kind of incense, though. It's not. It's a special incense.
Damn.
So
Because they have flowers on the package.
yes, you're right about the incense, but
So
there's
it's
more
scented
to it
with
than that.
different
It's not just
flowers.
any kind of incense. So Heather, what kind of incense is this? And so
I-
extra
I
points would
think
be
that it smells like food.
food incense.
Mm.
I don't see any food on the packaging here. But okay. Could be.
I don't know.
No, it's definitely incense. It's not food. Matthew.
Low calorie incense.
Yeah. No, I know what this is.
You know what this is. Okay.
I know what this is, guys. Don't worry, I got it. So what this is now, first off, this is manufactured by Kirkland. I'm not sure that we all know that this is the Kirkland brand. It is a form of incense. However, it has a repellent built into it that actually repels skunks, badgers, and rhesus monkeys.
I didn't think you were going to get that close. You are so close. You are almost there. I would give it to you right now, but I would like to have some more input. Let's go back to, let's go. So I'm going to just flip a coin in my head here. Nico.
That's mosquito coil, mosquito propellant.
All right, he got it. Guys, give it up for Nico. It is mosquito
Which isn't
coil.
funny. I'd rather say something funny than be right, but yeah.
Yeah. That's why I didn't call on you right away. Yeah, it's mosquito. No, you know what this is? How do you know what this is? We don't have that.
Wow.
I mean, look at
got
Nico.
it.
He looks
We
like
got
an
it.
Outdoorsy. He looks like a
Yeah.
mountain man.
When I was a teenager, I lived in Western Samoa for 14 months, and we used those. We didn't have the smelly
Wow.
kind.
No
Yeah.
fair.
I would have never thought you would. So you've lived in the Asia Pacific. Yeah, that would make sense.
I lived in a small island of Upolu in Western Samoa. I talked about one of my sets. I got shipped away for like selling weed and being stupid and get in trouble for some stuff. And then my parents were kind of nutty, and I ended up getting sent off to all these different places. And that was one of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, we got to delve in.
Take it off.
Yeah.
Your
I got,
parents loved you.
yeah, I got a good set out of it, I think, and I
The
ate
winning
the thing. I got the quiz show.
You could
Got the
rebrand
quiz
you could
show.
rebrand
Wow.
yourself as the Samoan, the only Samoan Jew.
I think Nico works for the CIA.
Yeah,
That's what's going on.
For real, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's amazing. I'm glad. I'm really impressed. Yeah. That's when I first got to Japan. I didn't understand because I was used to in America we have the candle thing, right? You know, the citron candles. But this, it's incense and it repels bugs. So
Can I ask a question? Like when they show her holding like that hot like skillet, you know what I mean? Like the wait, so you have to heat that thing up or what?
you light it like an incense, and then it keeps the flame like a candle or like any incense. And as it burns down, the smoke it emits has mosquito repellent properties.
Why do they show her holding on to that thing? Like, does it say like, oh, this won't burn you? Like,
no, it's just to kind of, because it's lavender scented, and she's trying to show that it's pretty. You know, it's purple. They have lavender, chamomile, and the other was rose smell. So, because normally the stuff smells horrible. Like whenever I go to my in-laws' house and they put it in, I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. You guys gotta stop. This is ridiculous. You know. True story, you guys. Okay, so this next one is a twofer. The first commercial is nothing to guess. I just wanted to show it to you guys, and then we'll stop for a sec, and then we'll go into the second commercial. All right, so 2-for-1 special coming up in the commercial quiz. Here we go. Right.
エステかけるんですか？ポテトにチョコ？
絶対に美味しくない。これはダメ。
いただきます。美味しい。
あ、うまい。
ハマるかもしれない。チョコレート追加。
マックのポテトにチョコが？マックチョコポテト。
Burger King.
Mac choco potato. You guys know what that is?
Chocolate on fries.
They put chocolate on fries, you guys, in Japan.
Hey, that's a lot better than putting spicy stuff in chocolate.
Yeah, go to Wendy's, you get a Frosty, some French fries.
I just wanted to share that with you guys. I mean,
They're so thin.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, McDonald's fries are
They
delicious.
grabbed the customers for the ad.
The what?
The grabbed actors.
Well, it is a just amazing thing. I wanted to share that with you. So if you go to Japan, try the chocolate covered McDonald's fries. All right, let's get and this is the quiz one. I love that jingle, by the way. Can anybody tell me what Deb, what are they adding here? This pecochin stuff. Deb, your turn. Wait, you still thinking?
I have ADD and I lost focus.
All right, let's play it again. One more time. Just for
ポテトにチョコが？マックチョコポテト。
Okay, the product appeared briefly. So, do you have any guesses now?
The one in the microwave?
Yeah, well, I don't want to give it away.
Was it in the microwave?
It was in the microwave. I will say yes. So
I'm gonna guess it's a food. You know, Japan is really racist. And then there, this comical afro, and I don't know, that poor man. Actors just want to make a living. I mean,
I totally missed the racist part.
It's rice or ramen. It's something. It's a meal.
It is a meal, but what kind of meal is the question? Heather, what do you think?
How the hell are we supposed to know? There's a big afro.
So like once you saw the line of characters,
tell us about what's in the container.
You couldn't get past the character lineup. So right?
Yeah. Some of the characters look like just egg whites. So I'm thinking this is like meat meatless. It's like a stew, but it's
Meatless
like
stew. Okay, you're getting
it's
warmer.
got to be like something with no eggs, no dairy.
You're getting warmer. It is a stew.
How does she know it's no dairy? Sorry, I'm falling apart. I'll be quiet.
I just
No,
saw
well,
white
you're
egg
right about it.
whites.
It doesn't have dairy, and it is a stew. So you're on the right track.
Brilliant.
Matthew, come on. You're always so confident.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty confident on this one also. But guys, before I phone in my answer, what I would like to do is point out this gentleman's acid washed jeans here on the right of our screen. And I would like to point out that he actually, yes, those are my jeans. He did borrow them. I've had those jeans since 1982. Yeah, no, I think what this is first off, Japanese's answer to the K-pop revolution.
Okay.
And I think it's a beef stroganoff J-pop.
Getting closer. Beef stroganoff, J-pop. By the way, J-pop preceded K-pop, not to split hairs.
Shots fired.
J-pop was first, then came K-pop, to my knowledge. But yeah, it is close. You're getting closer with the beef stroganoff. Ed, wanted to make sure I got to you first this time.
I was thinking it was some sort of diet stew with egg in it for some reason.
Diet stew. You guys are still on the stew. Let me give you another hint. If you've ever been to a Japanese restaurant, you've seen it on the menu. It has a non-Japanese influence, and it is a stew, and you put it over rice. But it is okay. Eric thinks he's got it. Eric, what do you think?
I watch a lot of Warriors basketball, and I know there's a player named Stephen Curry, and I think it's some kind of curry dish, like a microwave curry dish, right?
Yeah, I don't know why Deb is laughing so much. Yeah, it's curry rice, you guys.
Number
It's curry rice.
Wow.
It's curry
3
rice.
points to Eric.
Man,
You guys
I love winning one. I love to win one.
Do you guys know about curry?
For Steph.
Do you guys know about curry rice? I'll pay the rest.
Jaffa curry.
I've had it.
Karemish. So it comes in 4 flavors. We have, let's see, this is the tomato sauce curry rice. Well, karemeshi means curry rice, basically. Let's see, this is the flaming hot version. This is the medium hot, and this, this is regular hot, this is medium hot, and this is extra hot.
So Deb, would that be called the donut fro that guy has? Just sort of goes all the way around his face.
This guy here? Where is he?
Yeah.
The guy with the one guy, like
the one that.
So
That's called They Don't See My Brilliance. Why do I have to do these damn commercials?
I'm trying to, so this is a good point you put up. Who is this guy?
I think he's a superhero.
Yeah, that's
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is a character or something.
There's a character named Mr. Satan in Dragon Ball Z. That's exactly how he looks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated with these Japanese commercials.
All right. Okay. Well, we do have one more commercial for you guys, and I think it comes right after this. Yeah. All right. We got one more commercial for you guys for. Let's see here. Coming right after this, actually. So here we go.
一日の始まりもフラッシュロック午後の触れ合いもフラッシュロック今夜のお楽しみもフラッシュロック
He's saying, "Praise rock."
Can you play it one more time?
Sure.
Run it back.
I'd be
There's a
happy
lot
to play it
going on.
again.
Can you use the word in a sentence, please?
お店に行ったんですけど、もう好きなものがなくて、プライスロックお願いしたんだで。That's does that work for you, Matthew?
I bet your wife is rolling her eyes in the other room right now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Japanese, I learned this stuff. I might as well use it for something. Let's play it again. Here we go. Price rock.
一日の始まりもフラッシュロック午後の触れ合いもフラッシュロック今夜のお楽しみもフラッシュロック
Price rock. that last one. He was very insistent. So what?
Well, that's their money sign.
Yes, you're right. But what does that mean? Praise rock.
It's where you find things cheaper.
Well, it's definitely, you're in the right zone. Yes, but Heather, what do you think?
With retail.
Retail, you're on the right.
Japanese,
Yep, you're getting closer.
The Japanese dollar store.
You know, I wish it was a Japanese dollar store. These are all.
It might be a price finder, or it locks in prices somehow.
Oh, you're getting so close.
I'm a chick. I shop.
Yeah, I almost want to give it to you. So you figured. So guys, Deb has figured out that the price lock. They're saying price lock in the prices.
Right, like when you find it cheap.
So then, yeah. So Matthew, what is this? What is the store that offers a price lock guarantee?
Yeah. So I'm not sure what they're price locking on, but I want to circle back. I'm going to do a callback. This looks, maybe it's just me. The stuff on the bottom looks even more Hebrew than the original stuff.
Right there. That's
fine print.
Right
No
there.
way.
Yeah.
That's obviously printed.
Yeah, there's a Gimel.
Yeah.
And a pay.
Yeah, it's like the Hanukkah angels are smiling on us tonight.
And it's about price locking. You a good deal. I get to say that.
And we had that one candle that keeps all the bugs away.
Yeah, that's right. That was the Hanukkah incense.
Nobody guessed it was the shaman.
It lasts a long time because it swirls.
That Japanese guy with the afro is so ashamed of you guys right now.
It's the chosen candle.
I think it's probably, I'm going to go with any goods and services. If you want to price lock in yourself Nissan or something, then I think this is going to be the place to go. Call the number, lock that Nissan.
Okay. No, it's not a service of any kind. It's a retailer, as Heather had said. It's a retailer, and it is a price lock guarantee. But for what? So Rich, what kind of price are we locking in here? 90 yen for bananas, 184 yen for wipes, baby wipes.
Is it like competitive pricing? So like whatever, like the cheapest you could find, like banana outside, we would give it to you for that much.
It is not a price match guarantee. No, it is not like that. It's just, these are the prices, and it's just basically, these are the on sale prices.
Oh, this is when you don't have money, and then you need to wait for like a check to come.
Payday,
just like lock in the price.
Loan.
Yeah. And then it's like
layaway plan.
Layaway, yeah. Sausages on layaway.
Yeah.
Getting warmer, you guys. Nico?
Oh man, I feel like it's like futures trading. You're buying stock in bananas or whatever kind of. I don't know. We're getting as close as I think I'm gonna get as far as like there's just somewhere you're gonna buy a bunch of stuff and get a good price.
Okay.
Oh, and my pants or Matthew has pants that are as old as me. A callback to the last.
Nice.
Okay, Eric, what about you?
I hope this is what it is, because when I was a kid, I used to love this thing. But when I was a kid, they used to mail this thing called like the penny saver, and it would just have deals like all the grocery stores. Like, hey, this is the cheapest place to get this. Like, it didn't have like classified ads. So I was hoping it's something like that, but
it's not exactly. No, it's not a penny saver.
I don't even understand your question. You're saying what kind of store or business is offering? Do you know what time it is?
Is it like a?
I mean, your show is called the Happy Hour, and it's 90. We're going on 90 minutes. I love you, man, but my ass. I showed you the armrest. I've got a bony ass.
Okay, we're almost right. Ed's got the last word.
All right, I'm guessing it's like a subscription plan for you go in there and you sign up for a year of food at this price or something like that.
Let him be right.
All right, let me just you're all very close. I mean, you pretty much.
Thank you, Deb. I appreciate your hopes and dreams for me.
Poor Deb. All right, well, in deference to Deb's derriere, let's.
生活丸ごと安いまんまでプライスロック。Seiyu.
Seiyu. It's a department store. I'm sorry I took you guys on a goose chase. It was just a department store.
What?
It was just
Dollar store, department store. I think I was close enough.
Is one of the department's food?
It's just a department store, and those were the specials.
Let's do 50 more. Let's do 50.
Yeah. This is the first time
Is there a commercial for a more comfortable armrest for Deb?
I need your stool softener, Nico.
The stools. Yeah, you're becoming famous, Nico, for the stool softener joke.
I have a joke about chairs that I enjoy telling. It's fun.
By the way, Sam Medina, Funky Sam, I guess he was saying it's racist to accuse an entire country of being racist based on one commercial.
100%. Yep.
That's what
Stop
Sam.
being racist, commercial, Sam.
But Japan is, Japan is like in a lot of countries in Asia that are homogeneous. They just don't know a lot about other countries, and so
I love how I'm getting woke corrected.
woke corrected.
I don't think about it homogeneous.
Big believer in the Torah, though.
The Torah?
Torah. You never heard of that?
That was a pun. Oh, Ed.
Give yourself a bump.
All right. Well, I have to find it. It's taking too long.
Torah.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. Torah means lion, by the way, in Japanese. It's not a biblical text. Hey, and on that note, that's a great segue, Ed, to the wrapping up. Speaking of Torah, happy Hanukkah again. Happy holidays to everyone. We have come to the end of the show. We usually don't go this long, but we were having a good time, I suppose.
I never wanted to
We weren't
end.
getting the commercials right.
You guys did great. So, but we must, as all good things must come to an end. It's time to wrap up the show. We will be back next week with a stellar lineup of Bay Area and comedians from around the country. That's going to be the 18th at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And give it up for yourselves one more time for being on the show. I will try to get this to YouTube and share the link to everybody so you can share it with your friends who don't have Facebook or for whatever reason and want to watch it after the fact. And thank you all for coming on the show. This was the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour, and good night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Go do some Zoom mics.
Do Zoom mics, exactly. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Great show. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Now, if I can only figure out how to, there we go. End the show. How do I end the show? Where's my button? I was stuck on share, that's why.